Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 7:40 p.m. according to the computer clock on Monday, June 3rd, 2013. And in this video, I'd like to talk about a fan editing project that I'm working on. I probably mentioned in earlier videos that I fan edit, and well, what is fan editing? It's taking an existing movie or TV series or whatever, and if you have a problem with it, or you just want to see if you can improve on it or give a different take on it, you rip the footage from the DVD to your hard drive, and then you edit it in an editor and create your own version of it. If you're interested in fan editing, check out fanedit.org. And yeah, so anyway, I have a few fan edits that I've already made. Let's see, first it's not the first one that I created, but it's the first one that was released. It's called Carly's Story. It's basically, it follows the character of Carly throughout the original Transformers cartoon from the 80s. Yeah. So, it just takes all her appearances and, edits them all together so you follow it from her perspective. And, I even typed up a new closing credits sequence, and I even added a Stan Bush song. It's actually from Sailor Moon, but it's called She's Got the Power, so yeah. Now, the second one is the one that I started working on first. I took episode 27 of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. It's called The Locus of Victory and Defeat. It's a clips episode, narrated from Relina's perspective, that covers approximately, I believe it's episodes 1 through 16. Of the series. It was like around a halfway point in the series, but a bit past the halfway point, and it was just a chance to do a recap to catch audiences up, and probably save money too. It was immediately followed by another recap episode, but anyway, so I decided to make it a full-length movie. I expanded it. I made it an extended edition, and what it did was, Relina narrates, stuff, and there's, a framing sequence. The idea is she's talking to her deceased father about what's happened, and she narrates stuff, but the episode skips over a lot of her stuff, and also, all of a sudden, Hiro starts narrating stuff as well. Now, obviously, that's so we can get better perspective on the other Gundam pilots, because Relina's not really familiar with them. But the thing is, there's no context within the episode itself for Hiro to be narrating, because it betrays the framing sequence. The framing sequence sets up that Relina's the one telling the story, and then all of a sudden Hiro jumps in. The episode started with the last scene of episode 26, which is Hiro falling out of his Gundam and having some kind of vision of Relina before passing out. I suppose maybe they interpreted that as some kind of psychic connection between them, which would justify Hiro narrating the events, but I decided to get rid of all that. I kept Relina's stuff, and with a few exceptions where I used the episode 27 footage, I mostly used the footage from the original episodes. So yeah, it covers episodes 1 through 16, and I put in Relina's narration at the appropriate points in the episode, pretty much where they were in the original version of episode 27, but now this is a movie. I even added some extra commercial bumpers. So the idea is, it's a hypothetical movie that might have aired on Toonami That's kind of what I was going for. I even added a song from one of the Gundam soundtrack albums. You know how the original, the closing theme song, Just Love. It's basically it plays over footage of Relina on Safari or whatever. Well, anyway, I kept the footage from the closing credits sequence, but then cuts to black and the credits continue scrolling, and I used the full-length song. So yeah, it was neat. Let's see. The third one was, I believe the third one was an ed of Teen Wolf, the 1980s Michael J. Fox comedy. I called it Teen Wolf Pamalicious Edition because I always felt that I wanted Scott to end up with Pamela instead of Booth. So I edited it, and I gave Pamela a happy ending, basically. Basically, I chopped up the bowling date scene, and I used it, like the second half of it earlier in the movie where it originally occurred, and I took the first half of it and I moved it to the end of the movie, to after the basketball game. Basically, I freeze framed when Scott touched Pamela on the shoulder. Now, originally he had walked right past her and gone to Booth, but I freezed on that, and then I faded to the bowling scene, which I was basically presenting as a second date. You know, never mind that they're wearing the same clothing or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So and then I freeze framed on the kiss when Pamela kisses Scott while Mick is watching them, and yeah. So that's Teen Wolf Pamalicious Edition. Another one. Next one after that was Office Space Work Edition. I just took the comedy Office Space and I edited it a bit so it focused more on the work scenes, and I got rid of Peter's original girlfriend entirely. I got rid of the hypnosis angle. So basically, it just comes off as Peter just decides that he doesn't care. So, yeah. I got rid of that. I got rid of the whole subplot of Peter thinking that Joanna slept with Lumberg. Got rid of that. I got rid of the barbecue at Tom's house, even though they do reference that they're going to go to it. But I got rid of that. You know, I got rid of the fight and the breakup between Peter and Joanna. So, overall, there's a larger percentage of the movie focuses on work. I got rid of Milton's, happy beach ending too. Let's see. Now, the next one after that was Mary Jane, where I edited the first Spider-Man film to be entirely from Mary Jane's perspective. Obviously, it comes out very short, but yeah, that was taken down. But yeah, so yeah, but anyways, so Mary Jane, I still like it personally. Now, the next one wasn't approved at all. It was called I believe it's called Pretty Sailor Soldiers 1: A New Enemy. And what it was an edit of the first 6 episodes of Sailor Moon S. That's the 3rd season of the show. That wasn't approved, but yeah. I don't think I'm gonna continue with that one because I even asked on a Sailor Moon message board if anyone was interested in me continuing it, and I have yet to receive any responses. So, let's see what else. I got a Captain N edit. It's finished. I have uploaded it. It's called Captain N the Game Master Movie Edition. I'm basically going to be waiting on approval now. And what I decided to do was I took 6 episodes from the first season of Captain N and I edited it down, and I made a new closing credits sequence, and I picked a song to put in there, and I even added back in the cover versions of Shakedown from Kevin in Videoland and Danger Zone from Mega Trouble for Megaland. And so basically it's 86 minutes long, closing credits include, plus I add in a bit of footage from House Bayou and from In Search of the King, but the primary episodes are Kevin in Videoland, Nightmare on Mother Brain Street, Video Olympics, Mega Trouble for Megaland, Mr. and Mrs. Mother Brain, and Metroid Sweet Metroid. And I'm presenting it as this is a whole war, basically. A few reasons I chose the episodes that I did. Kevin in Videoland, obviously, it brings Kevin in Videoland, the guy included. Nightmare on Mother Brain Street. Mother Brain is declared a queen of Videoland. I mean, she gets into the palace. So, she doesn't conquer Videoland, really, but, you know, she's Queen Mother Brain, so I include that. Video Olympics I include, even though it's pretty dumb, because it leads into Mega Trouble for Megaland. It's the sole 2-part episode of the entire series, and Mega Trouble for Megaland, you know, Mother Brain has started conquering Videoland, so yeah, that's the most epic part of the movie, I guess. Then we have Mr. and Mrs. Mother Brain. Simon helps Mother Brain conquer Castlevania, but the reason that I include this episode at all really was Lana at least tries to negotiate a peace treaty with Mother Brain. She at least tries something. So yeah, that's why I include that. Then Metroid Sweet Metroid, because Mother Brain conquers Videoland, then Kevin comes back and saves the day. So yeah, so that is awaiting approval. I really hacked up the episodes, but I think I did a decent enough job considering the source material. Another one I'm working on right now is Silk Spectre. It's a Watchmen fan, but it's entirely about Lori. So it's gonna be, you know, over an hour long, and I'm adding in some Devo songs and stuff like that. I'm using the director's cut, by the way. What else? The other one I've been working on for like 2 years now, I guess. The big one is Highlander Endgame, the Immortal Edition. Now, Highlander Endgame is the 4th Highlander film, and it's the first one to be connected to the TV series universe. And what I decided to do, the movie assumes that you already know all about the TV show and you know about the first movie and all of that stuff. What I decided to do was make it this big, epic, like, thing. It's probably going to be a little over 3 hours long. It's nearing 3 hours already, and I haven't even added in all of the footage yet. I'm adding in all of Connor's flashbacks from the first film and from the third film, so we can get to know Connor more, so that when he sacrifices himself, you really freaking care. And Duncan, I mean, we really don't learn anything about. We don't learn a whole lot about Duncan in the actual movie, so I'm gonna add in flashbacks from the TV series. Of course, I have to still get all of the DVD sets. I'm adding in flashback footage of Duncan in chronological order that shows his early life and becoming immortal and learning what it is to be an immortal and meeting Connor and stuff like that. And also I'm going to add in some flashbacks of how Duncan met Joe and Mythos, just because Joe and Mythos play roles in the film, and it would be nice to get to know them. To explain what the Watcher organization is and stuff like that. Because Highlander Endgame is kind of like the first X-Files film, where it's basically a long episode of the show. It just assumes that you already know everything. So that's what I'm doing, and this is a very long, meticulous process, because not only am I adding in footage from the first and third films, I have added in footage from the work print of Endgame. The work print is on the second disc of the North American Highlander Endgame release. It's a very rough work print. I have to learn to crop the footage and get in the right aspect ratio and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have to learn to do that again once I rip the appropriate TV episodes to my hard drive and mix that in as well. And not only that, I've cut some stuff out here and there. I've gotten rid of any sense from Connor's perspective of feeling guilty over what he did. I'm adding in some music. I did a new opening credits sequence. It's very basic. It's in the style of the first film, but I add in Princes of the Universe, and of course you're gonna hear Who Wants to Live Forever throughout the movie. And I couldn't believe how often that the TV series used that song. And I've got at least one song ready for the closing credits, and I need to pick at least another song or two as well, because the closing credits are going to be long. Yeah. So that's that. What else? Oh, and the one other one that I'm working on. I wouldn't say working on right now. I'm gonna work on more once I'm done with Silk Spectre, but I have started on a fan edit, a Bubblegum Crisis fan edit. Bubblegum Crisis is a 1980s cyberpunk anime. It's an 8-episode OAV series, and it had a 3-episode unauthorized sequel series called Bubblegum Crash. It had a 3-episode prequel series called AD Police Files, and then it finally, years later, had a 3-episode sequel series called Parasite Dolls. And what I'm doing, Bubblegum Crisis, for those of you that don't know, were influenced primarily by 3 films: Blade Runner, The Terminator, and Streets of Fire. And I've decided to take those 3 films and kind of edit them together into kind of a long film. I'm calling it Bubblegum Crisis Critical Mass, and I'm representing it as dealing with 80 police officers in Mega Tokyo, hunting down boomers. Not sure how well it's going to work out, but I'm presenting it as occurring concurrently, pretty much, with episode 3 of Parasite Dolls. So in the year 2040, I'll have more information on that as I get into it. Right now, I'm just assuming that it's doable. Yeah. That's about it. I just want to let you all know about my various fan editing projects, past and present and future. That's it. It's 8:01 p.m. and thanks for watching.